penny stock billionaires. SYTA.com increased more than 700% in less than 10 days. LTRY.com has tripled this week. You could have tripled your money if you had watched our videos starting on Tuesday when we were talking about LTRY.com. Same thing with SYTA. I introduced SYTA to you at $1.37. I rocketed to over $9 in like a week. Okay, but here's what I just realized. These stocks could be just getting started. Okay, and some of you have been asking, is this top? Should I sell? Should I sell? I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to show you something crazy, which is going to blow your mind. It's going to blow your mind, okay, about the real upside potential. But you're going to have to pay very close attention to what I'm going to show you in the next couple of minutes, okay? I'm going to show you the real upside potential for SYTA and LTRY.com, why I believe those things are just getting started right now. Now, this morning, in case you don't know, I wrote this book, 10-Bagger Blueprint, which reveals all my secrets, yeah, literally all my secrets for finding stocks that can make you 10 times your money or more. Yeah, everything you need to know about, the stocks when we introduce them, how to ride these trends, how to make 10 times your money or more, is revealed in this book, okay? Jack Marks, that's me. They call me the $1 trillion man. Why? Why? Because I'm doing this for almost 30 years. I've introduced investors to literally, thousands of stocks that have doubled, tripled, increased 5x, 10x, 20x, 100x. We've had a couple hundred baggers, stocks like, Taser, or now they're called Axon, went from $1 when we first interviewed that CEO, who everybody thought was a goofball, okay? It was, I think, Phil Smith, whatever. Everybody thought the guy was a goofball. You know who's laughing now? He's laughing now. That stock went from $1 or something to over $250. Now, it took him a while, from $1 to $250. It took a little while. How about ESE Entertainment? You guys know what RICS is, right? RICK. Everybody laughed at that stock when we introduced them way back when. It was 50 cents. Went to $100. How about MicroStrategy? You see them all the time. MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor, the Bitcoin guy. We were promoting Michael Saylor's MicroStrategy in the late 90s. I'm doing this a long time. Again, when I say me, it's on WallStreetReporter.com. That's the site. That's the site I launched in '98. Basically, it's a relaunch of the oldest financial brand in the world, which was Wall Street Report. That was an original newspaper published in 1843, and we took over it in the 90s and took it online. Now, here's the crazy thing. I'm gonna show you something crazy. We got all the stuff, and I got the book. I'm telling you about the book, and people love the book, but the book has haters. We got a couple of haters. Let me show you one of them. We got a guy leaving a negative review, by the way, he's got a point. He does have a valid point. Let me show you what it is. Okay, watch this. So yes, a lot of people obviously love the book. A lot of people are very happy. They're making a lot of money. And then, of course, there's always somebody who's unhappy. Now, why is Faradje from Germany unhappy? Now, he did buy the book, verified purchase. He says, technically, there are some good approaches in this book. But overall, the entire book boils down to the fact that the author propagates his social media channels. Okay, I don't know what he thought. So he explicitly points an entire chapter that the biggest advantage would be insider information, that your biggest advantage would be insider information. Questionable commission model, which, again, he says, there are one or two approaches, but there are spelling errors. The book insulted me. What is it? He said the spelling and grammatical errors, something he got very upset. He got very, very upset. And about the spelling errors and about the insider information. Now, what am I talking about with insider information? Let me show you. In case you don't know, the whole point of my website, WallStreetReporter.com, which I launched in the late 90s, I think it was 97, was to give you access to insider information, to give you access to these CEOs. Why did I do it? Well, because smart investors know, where the stock is going by interviewing the CEO. That's what these hedge funds, the biggest money managers in the world, they don't buy a single share of stock until they interrogate the CEO. They all insist on one-on-one meetings with the CEOs. Why do they do it? Why do you think they do it? Well, because they ask the same type of questions that I ask or analysts ask during the interviews that you could watch on WallStreetReporter.com for free. By the way, that information is 100% legal, but it is inside information. Yes, I call it legal inside information. Let me be very clear. Legal inside information is what you get on WallStreetReporter.com. Link in the bio to get access to the site. Link in the bio to get my free newsletter. Now, what about the potential for our favorite stocks? Hang on a second. Let me pull this up. Okay. How big can the upside be for SYTA, for lottery? Let me show you. Watch this. Okay, so you're wondering, what is the upside for lottery? Let me show you some. Listen, the past repeats. Look at this stock. We introduced it at 50 cents. 50 cents. It took a while for this to get going. Then people, basically doubled their money. They took profits, and it was hanging out. And then boom, it was a pennant. Boom, it breaks out. And again, the pennant formation. This is the pennant with a cup and handle, just like we're seeing right now with SYTA. And look what happened. Boom, we broke out of $3. It went to $10. Okay, it went from 50 cents to $10. Okay, the big money was made after the breakout. Okay, guys, pay attention to what I'm saying here. By the way, that is why I'm going to be doing a course. That's what I'm going to be doing, a video course. I'm going to be doing a video course. For some people, this may be hard to read. Frankly, I get it. It might be hard to read. There might be some concepts that are easier to explain visually. That's why I'm going to be doing a course explaining everything. The links for the course are going to be in the bio. Make sure you get my free newsletter. The link is in the bio so that you'll get access to the course when it comes out. Now, it's going to be more expensive than the book. You can get the book for $18. By the way, the price is going to be going up. The course is going to be like $49 a month. It's going to take you in the community, whatever. So you can buy the book. Whatever you do is up to you, but watch this. How about this stock? We introduced it at 17 cents, and people make money. They made double their money. They're happy. They think they're geniuses. They sell. Okay, usually again the stock drops down to the moving average, just like we're seeing with SYTA. It's hanging around. Okay, it starts going up. And then boom, it goes to $2. Okay, from 17 cents when we introduced it, it goes to $2, 1,000% profit in about. That one took a while. It took about a year. Now, how about this stock? We introduced Peak Fintech, PKK, at 70 cents. And again, it forms that, the pennant basically breaks out again. And by the way, this time, people made basically 5 times their money. From 50 cents, they made 5 times the money. The stock was already like $3 over here. And guess what happened? I told you the pennant was. By the way, you can watch all my old videos. I was talking about the pennant is forming. Guys, watch. Yeah, it did break down. Fake sell signal. Breaks out and boom, goes to over $14. Over $14, 2,000%. People made 20 times their money. From 70 cents to $14. Like I said, the road to 10x is not a straight path. It's not a straight path, okay? It's not easy. How about this stock? We introduced it at a nickel. Everybody was laughing. Ah, ha, ha, it's a scam. Ah, ha, 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 oh, so funny. People made 10 times the money. They made 10 times the money. And I said, you know what? You're going to think I'm crazy, but we got a pennant forming. This thing wants to go higher. I don't know why. I said this on video many times. Guess what happened? Pennant, boom, breaks out, goes to $2.50. Why? I have no idea. Okay, from 5 cents, you could have made 50 times your money, 5,000% in 5 months, $2.50, okay? And you're going to say, oh, it was this, it was that, it was this. No, I do this over and over again. I'm doing this a long time, okay? I'm doing this over and over again. How about Nexttech, 1,300%? Very similar. Look at this. Stock goes up, pennant, boom, attacked by short sellers. Short seller attack, boom, it drops. And guess what? Comes back, boom, goes to $6.28. People made 13 times the money. Yep. How about Fans Unite? 22 cents. Goes up. We got a pennant forming, break out of the pennant. Again, people made 3 times the money by here. Again, another one failed pennant breakout, drops, breaks out, bounces, goes to $2.35. People made 1,100% in 6 months. How about Imagine AR? We introduced it at 2 cents. 2 cents. Pennant. Boom, breakout. Breakout from 6 cents goes to 36 cents. All the money was made. The money wasn't made when you tripled your money. No. The money was made after the breakout. Now look, this is exactly why I'm going to be doing the video course. So I can explain to you visually. I think I'm better explaining this visually. So you're going to want to get involved in this course when it comes out. The link is going to be in the bio, but get my free newsletter. Again, link in the bio to get the free newsletter, a 10-bagger blueprint, so you're prepared when the course comes out. Because again, I think if you understand this better than the book, thumbs up. Again, the course is going to cost you a lot more money, but it's up to you. I don't know. But watch this. We're not done yet. Okay. Imagine AR. Now, how about this guy? ESE Entertainment, one of our past favorites. We introduced it at 36 cents. Now that one took off right out of the gate. Everybody got excited. They tripled their money. They thought they were geniuses. They sold. Everybody sold when they tripled their money. The pennant was forming. I said, hey guys, this thing wants to go higher. The charts don't lie. If you read my book, 10-Bagger Blueprint, you would know the charts tell you the truth in advance. I tell you how we do it. The pennant forms, and then boom, breaks out, goes to $4.50. 1,200%. So look, do you want to make 12 times your money, or do you want to make 3 times your money? 12 times your money or 3 times your money, okay? What's the point? The point is the charts of Lottery and SYTA look very, very, very similar to these. What do you guys think? Leave your comments below. And again, get the book, 10-Bagger Blueprint, while it's still cheap. And we got proofreading errors. There's proofreading, there's typos, there's spelling errors, grammatical errors. That's why it's cheap. It's only 18 bucks. If the book was perfect, I'd be charging $1,000 for the book. And it would be a bargain at that price. That's where you got to get my course, which will not have any well, it will have grammatical errors, but there won't be any spelling errors because it's all going to be video. There's not going to be any spelling. So that way you won't have anything to complain about. And I think it'll be easier to understand. A lot of people, I think for a lot of people, it's easier when they see something visually explained to them. They can ask questions in a live stream back and forth, and that what is. I don't know. What do you guys think? Leave your comments below. What do you think? Can SYTA and can Lottery explode just like these stocks did based on those stock charts? Do those stock charts look similar to you? Comment below. Here's to your 100x.